Good evening, folks. It's 21:40 p.m. on the 18th day for month 18th year. Boy, what worldview is showing me today. It's across the whole planet. Just some terrible, terrible chemtrail and plume conditions. And I have to stop and show it again. And when I'm uploading this way, it might be easier if people start adding me my YouTube channel, because it takes ever so long to upload to Facebook. I spent 2 hours last night uploading a 10-minute video. I love showing y'all on there as easy as possible, but at the end of the day, if I'm 2 hours without my radar, that's 2 hours I can't look at other things. And what I'm looking at today, oh my goodness, absolutely horrendous. I'm going to go right to the good. I get a bit speechless about this. Just go right to it. And I'm off the coast of Florida, New Orleans area here. Mobile, Alabama. And would you look at the guilt? I'm just going straight to it. It's absolutely flabbergasted. Makes me have to have some tobacco to do this. Just does. Look at all the silt here from the rivers, from the Mississippi River, putting out here in the Delta region out here. So yeah, that's what that is. But those are chemtrails. And what that is, I don't know, we got an acrobatic team out here or something? I don't think so. Just chemtrails going on out here off the coast. And there's different type of plume nucleation here. This here is like EMF nucleated clouds. There's so many chemtrails up in the atmosphere floating around now, or particulates, if you will. I couldn't call it just chemtrails, because there's so many ways of doing it. I have to rephrase things. When we first started doing this, it was like, yeah, it was chemtrail, but so many different methods that I show now that each things are distinct. I start calling them plumes, but there's so many particulates in the atmosphere from previous deployments of various geoengineering methods that when you apply energy from electromagnetic frequency from various devices into the plasma, it nucleates these type clouds. So you don't have to have thousands of planes coming over doing that. You just have to have thousands of peaks and troughs making the waveforms. And when you zoom back, this was horrendous. I believe it was Pete Robbins' page. He showed a picture, tagged me in. I think it was him. If I get it wrong, I'm sorry. But it was just incredible definition to this. And I wish I had uploaded it ahead of time to show you. But look at these waveform here outside of Houston. These clouds. Houston, Texas. EMF. Row upon row. While this is going that way, and the microwave popcorn's going up underneath it, there's San Antonio, Texas. If it gives you any idea of how wide that is. You know, if you've driven from there to there, you know that. This is madness. This is not just individual planes that did this. This is electromagnetic frequency. This is our electric universe, our plasma atmosphere. Yeah, this is dominance of our sky. And again, I encourage people to read a lot of Freeland's work if you don't understand how some of this works and what's going on with the full picture of when you plug the 5G in and all these other various things that we use with EMF, our phones and things like that. And you'll start to see the big pictures of just how subjugated we are through electronics and electronic devices and electronic frequency. Corpus Christi, Texas, waveforms here. Now, this is just where I'm starting. I'm not really going to plan on doing a really long show, but I've got a lot to show. You know, it's heavy frequency over Nashville, Tennessee. Look at that. Looks a little bit different than that, don't it? There'll be a power plants down here, but it's the way it's dispersing is showing me individual payloads of something that's going over the top of this, because I still see those lines underneath it here and there. So something's higher up than this doing that. That's got to be way up there. They'll call that cirrus cloud, which is supposed to be your top deck, isn't it? What was up with that? That's supposed to be your top deck. Why is this going over the top? I'll tell you why. Geoengineering wants it higher up, 60,000 feet and stuff is what's in the proposals. You know, read into it. I nearly deplore you to and implore you to. Just do it. Go through those climate accords that I showed you. 2016 Paris Accords, geoengineering, balloons. Just Google it. You'll come up with this PDF, and you'll find out about these type plumes here, which is not just over the United States. I could show you this is over Athens, right? Athens, Georgia. Isn't it? Nope, Athens, Tennessee, right? Now I can go over to Athens, Greece, right? And look what I have over here off their coast. Off the coast of Athens. Athens will be right here where this chemtrail's going. I mean, really. Chemtrails. Athens. It's going on everywhere. From Athens, Tennessee to Athens, Greece. We're copping it. And look at the plumes here. Seeing anything familiar? Seeing what I just showed you a minute ago? Definitely see it over here. Look at them. Same thing. Off the coast of Athens. There's Athens. There's that. Here's Athens. Oh, excuse me. I'm a little fidgety. There's Athens again. It's the same dispersal method in two separate countries that have two cities, the same name, having the same stuff going on to it. These deplorable chemtrails conditions have got to be stopped. These are incredibly wide plumes. This one's going that way. That's some different mix going over the top of that one. Where are your tax dollars going? They're burning the dollar bills right in front of you, right in front of your eyes. There's your libraries, there's your sidewalks, there's your amenities, there's your future. There's your future. It ain't just all going into the military complex, it's going up into the geoengineering too, which is also feeding that complex. Because it's not a very complex thing to see that when I look out here, that some kind of an oil spill might have occurred. See that? That looks like an oil spill to me. That just does. Has there been an oil spill out here, folks? I'm sorry, I've got to say that. Looks like an oil spill. Fucking cunts. I was out there yesterday. No, I'm taking that back. That's siltation from the floodings. But there's definitely some horrific runoff in that. I'll take that back. Yeah, that's just runoff from your guys getting your storms. I'm glad I checked. How long's it been going on? There's the plume. Getting worse. And that's still pollution. Whatever that is, it's gone out there into the sea. And it's affecting the animals. Well, I'm glad that's not. Phew, I would hate to have put that on the topic of this video. Look at them getting fried off Fort Walton Beach. Well, bleh. Fort Walton Beach. My goodness. Getting fried, getting fried. Chem. I think so. And look at this mass of crap. I thought it was just glare because when I look back, I'll always see the sun's image, right? But when I zoom in on it, this one here looked a bit different to me. This island was actually affecting it. So I was like, right, what is this? So when I zoomed in off the North Carolina coast, when it got a little lighter, right about here, I zoomed in really close. You could see the lines of frequency in that. See those lines? That's lines of frequency inside that massive whatever, fog bank, whatever. But it's just nucleated plasma is what I've determined out of that. And its cutoff line's very distinct. Very distinct. With a very dramatic looking plume. I don't know. If you zoomed in on that, you might think you was having a Hubble picture or something, wasn't you? Something in your galaxy. But instead, it's just some of this out of the world Funkatows chemtrail madness we got going. Chemfoolery. Outer Banks, North Carolina. Absolutely horrendous. Look at these plumes. Hope that might clear up just a little bit if I leave it out like that. But, oh my, oh my, oh my. Absolutely scandalous. I think that's as clear as it's going to let me go. Lots of deployments. I want to take you back and look at Europe. And I just showed you the briefest parts of the United States. This is my main concern. I was having a look around today, this evening, as a matter of fact, and this caught my attention. Would you look at the gilt? This is not a naturally occurring cloud formation. This is a plasma cloud. Again, plasma. Waveforms. Not taking a jet plane going back and forth in this one because I don't see the trails. This is just nucleated crap. Zzz. Exactly. The hook cloud. I wanted y'all to have a good look at that and what's near it. In the Mediterranean Sea. Getting fried, getting poisoned. This shit here. I'm going to have to wait a minute. It's taking a bit to load. I might remove one of the speed it up. Plume, plume, plume. The shadow it's creating on a deck of something else underneath it. That's what else I was going to point about this. You can see in some of the clouds on this are actually making a shadow. So that's how another reason I knew it was a plume. See it? Chem, shadow, chem, shadow. Very far away from it too, that shadow. So yeah, there's something has been deployed up this. Maybe it's part of your EMF defense system to really make sure it's you guys get as much propagation of waves as you can. All right, I'm going to go right to the gilt. Would you look at this crap here? Hello, Turkey. Have some plumes. Izmir, copping it. Look at this shit. Right over to the top of you. You looked up the coast. Oh, beautiful sunset. My ass. That was not a beautiful sunset. That was crap. That was toxic crap off your coast. As we head north toward this damn bowl. Look at this shit. Look at these islands. Beautiful, beautiful places. Flown over. Gorgeous. Well, you wouldn't have been able to see them from a plane today. All you would have seen was whiteout. And maybe that's all you would have seen from the ground from here has been whiteout. But I'll tell you, you got chemtrails and lines all through this from your deployments over the top of you. The cloud is that. Like somebody being bent over and having it. Having it, having it, having it. We're all having it. My goodness, the square right there. Geoengineering. Deploying. Why is there a whiteout in the middle of this? What is this cylindrical object over here? I pointed them out many times. Look at this cloud over Istanbul. Again, another one of those. They're bending them a bit better. Look at them chems. Look at these lines of frequency. How many directions of the wind here today, Istanbul? How many? Did you have fishbone skies? No, you got fried. That's EMF, electromagnetic frequency. Tesla tech arrays of various kinds being used. Creating squares with lines. That's what you'll see from the ground. Squares with lines. The Sea of Marmara, absolutely hammered. Chem plumes, all to hell. Sorry if I can get it to focus better. There's chem line, chem lines, chem line. Moving it up. Look at this shit. As we should be well into Greece by now. We're in Bulgaria. Bulgaria is copping it. We're just crossing this island here again. Squares. Squares in your skies. Look at square in the eye and confront this squarely. Confront it. Confront these storm fronts. These waveforms that are coming through that are confronting you whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. You must look at the guilt. You must face the facts. That something is wrong in our skies. And we need to fix this and we need it fully disclosed. Fully disclosed. Fully disclosed. Can't just be having this going on without us being fully disclosed to, without our consent being asked for individually, not just by proxy of the signature of somebody who makes money off of this, whether it's managing the fund with the money and that ends up having offices burned down when it's time for the paperwork to get checked, or whether it's the one that's selling or things that are catalyzing in our atmosphere, reacting with these plasmas, making these clouds over us, toxifying our air, toxifying my lungs, toxifying your lung, toxifying this entire planet in front of you on this wonderful, wonderful planet we're allowed to live on. We're allowed to live here, you know. It ain't a right. If we don't treat it right, we're going to cop it. All life is copping it. You just got to stop it. Stop it before we cop it. That's really all I got to say about that. I'm sorry. I was going to zoom in on Australia, but I just can't do it anymore today. Big look. Sorry. Too upset.